Morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Am I audible? Is the screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll start with resume from where we had left last time. I think we studied the formatting tags of HTML. Example we have seen. Now let us see the theoretical part. So one by one. So previous class we learned about the core attributes, ID, title, class, style. Then we had different other attributes also, which are called as the generic attributes. So attributes of the tags or the property are divided into two types. Attributes are also sometimes known as a property. The generic attribute and the core attribute. So core attributes ID and style, then you have got title and then class. Those four are the core attributes. Others come under the generic attributes. So we have seen some of the generic attributes in the previous class. And we have seen this also, how these attributes, some of the attributes are used. Then the next tag, which we have to see, we already have seen the example of this, is the header tag. So here in this case, as we can see, H1 to H6. So in the decreasing order of font size and boldness, the text will be displayed. We already have seen the output of this. How do we get this? Then we also have seen the align attribute. For paragraph, we use the align attribute. So alignment left, center, right, and justification we have seen. And then we also saw how to give the breaks for the camera, for this one, the paragraphs. In case if you want to give, take the text to the next line, the text which we are displaying in the on the browser. You want to take it to the next line, then you can also using the BR tag. Then other tags also we have seen. If you want to place the text in the center, then use the center tag. Then there is an attribute called as HR. What it does is actually we have not seen this in the last class. What this does is it draws a line wherever you specify. It's a single tag. There is no both opening and closing tags are in the same element. There are no two different tags here. One element consists of only one tag. What this does is it draws a horizontal line. So HR tag by this. Now this is syntax paragraph, and then you have got the here paragraph opening tag, paragraph closing tag, and then HR, and then paragraph closing and let us try this only. Yeah. Okay, this is the previous cases example. Let this here. So what we are doing here is here paragraph tag, then the horizontal line tag, and then again one more paragraph tag. What it does is it draws a horizontal line. Scroll down, you can see here at the bottom, first paragraph, then the horizontal line, and then the next paragraph that we have defined. So first paragraph line, and then the line, and then the next paragraph. So that is about the paragraph tag. Then if you want the text to be bold, then you can use the B tag. We already have this. Using the bold tag, that is B, we can have the text in bold. Similarly, I for the italics. If you want the text to be italicized, then use the I tag. U for underlining, then strike for striking through the text which we have done. Then the monospaced font. Monospaced font we have seen in the output. How the monospaced font is there. You can see here. This is the mono space font. So monospaced font, and then subscript and superscript also we have seen. Square, B square, then A subscript 2, that also we have seen. So subscript and superscript using the SUP and SUB tags. Then if you want to display a text in a bigger font, then you can use the big also. There are different ways of displaying the text. Either you can use this or you can use the font size also. You can give the font size. That also example we have seen. If you want text, if you want the text to be in a smaller font, then you can use the small emphasized manner, okay, emphasized one. Then strong font is there using the strong one, and then abbreviation we can use abbreviation. So acronym we have used this abbreviation. We have used this particular thing. Acronym we have not used. We'll use and check how this works out. So copy this. See here, how's it? This one paragraph tag. Then some text to be displayed. Then use the acronym tag which is inside the paragraph tag. Use a property title. All the properties are listed in the red color. That is property title. And then sensible hypertext markup language and then HTML. So what happens here is, see here in the output, easily identify the. This chapter covers the text. The moment you take the cursor here, so acronym and abbreviation are interchangeably used. Now here in the AB, this output we had used the ABBR, and then here we are using the acronym. But both of them are used for the similar purposes. So here you can see acronym will be XHTML. And then when you take the cursor on that one, it will show whatever value you have given in the title. And then you use the Q tag for quoting. We have seen for Q tag and block quote tag for the quotes. So we have used block quote here, and then we have used the Q tag here. Once again, let us go through the program first and then refresh this because these are quite basic tags which are need to be. So here you can see paragraph tag. The text will be displayed in the center. Bold tag, italics, underlined. The line will be striped through the text. Monochrome, small text, big text, emphasized text. Then you have got the strong text. Abbreviation, how you are supposed to use inside the paragraph tag. Then superscript, subscript. Then you have got the block quote tag, how it is displayed, and then you have got the Q tag, that is the quote tag, and then the horizontal line, how the line is displayed, and then the acronym. You run this. See here. So all the texts are displayed. So here you can see in this case. So this is the text in the center. Text displayed in the center. Then you have got bold, italics, underlined, strike through. Then the text in the monochrome with the small tag, with the big tag, EM tag, then strong tag. This is abbreviation ABBR tag, superscript SUP tag, SUB tag. Then this particular text is given in the block quotes. Then this particular text is given using the Q tag. This text is the Q tag. Then we have introduced one paragraph. Then we have a horizontal line, another paragraph, and then acronym. The moment you take the cursor on that one, the extension of that will be displayed over there. Suppose in case if you have a short name, then you want to display that one, and if somebody wants to know that, you take a cursor on that one, then the full form will be in doubts here. These are the basic tags of the HTML which we are going to use it on a regular basis. Understood? There's any doubts here?
No, sir.
Shall I proceed? Shall we proceed?
Yes, sir.
The next one is called as the inline elements. Now these are all 5 marks questions and also 2 marks questions and also Viva questions. Now they may ask you what are the explain basic 5 basic HTML tags. 5 marks they can ask. Similarly, what are the inline elements? That also can be asked. Now, an element or a tag can be interchangeably used. Now, for example, here, you can see here, this I is a element. So how do we, what is an element? The element which consists of a opening tag, which consists of a closing tag, and then the contents that becomes a element. Now here in this case, P is a element. You have got an opening tag, and then you have got a closing tag, and then the contents come inside that are also part of the element. All of them together is called as element. So what does the definition say here? Inline elements. So any element is opening and closing tag plus the contents in between. Inline elements, on the other hand, can appear within sentences and do not have to appear in the new line on their own. So bold, italics, these are all the inline elements. Bold, italics, underline, emphasize, strong, superscript, subscript, big, small, then list we are going to see, then insert, delete, code, cite, definition, KBD, and variable elements. Now, these are all inline elements. What is the meaning of this? Go to the text here. Now here, what you can see is you have got a line number 22. Have you seen a paragraph tag over here? Opening paragraph tag and closing paragraph tag. Or let us see line number 26. In line number 26, you have got the opening and paragraph tag. Then you have got some text, and then you have introduced the Q tag, which is for the quotes. So what does this mean is any such tag which can be inserted in between the texts. Any such tag wherein um, the text can be the particular tag can be inserted within the text. Such kind of tags are called as the inline tag. Now, suppose, for example, a paragraph tag we have used afresh. It started in the new line. But Q tag we have started in between this one and somewhere between the text. That's what the definition says. Inline elements can appear within sentences. They can appear within the sentences, do not have to appear on the new line. Any tag which can appear in the sentences and which does not require a new line, such tags are called as the inline tags. So inline elements are sometimes a question is asked. Other type of elements are the block level elements. Now, for example, paragraph H1, H2 up to H6. Then you have got a tag, which is called as the this comes in the lists. We are going to see in the second unit, unordered list. Then OL stands for the ordered list. Then you have got DL. Then that is also kind of a list. Then PRE tag and HR tag, block quote tag, address tag. These are called as the block level element. That means they start on their own. You do not insert them inside some other sentences. So such kind of elements are called as the block level elements. So you need to remember what is an inline element and what is a block level element. Once again, the difference is what inline elements can appear within sentences, within a paragraph, within some text. They do not require a new line for them to start, or independent beginning is not required, whereas the block level elements require the new line independent. They are independently, they should have a carriage written or a break before and after. independently they are used. So need to remember which are those. At least 5 to 6 you can remember. Bold, italics, underline, emphasized, subscript, superscript, strong, big, small, list, all those things can be the inline elements. Then our P1, H1 to H6, ordered list, unordered list, then definition lists, DL is called as a definition list, PRE, those are the block level elements. So difference between, if I ask you what is the difference between an inline element and a block level element? As in the other programming languages, HTML also has got a comments. So if you want some part of the code to be ignored by the browser. Now, one question comes here from this particular point of view. Now, other programming languages, there is a compiler, then there is either a compiler or a interpreter. Now, what about HTML? HTML is compiled or interpreted? Anyone? HTML is compiled or interpreted? You can guess also. There is no.
Sir, I think none of the both because it is a markup language.
It is a markup language, but then it is interpreted. There is a interpreter for this one. Now we are running the program, right? But where it is interpreted, other programs we run the program. Yeah, what we do is there is a interpreter inside the browser only. Now that browser itself interprets. Now for HTML, the HTML interpreter is there inside the browser. JavaScript also, the interpreter is inside the browser. So here what happens is they are automatically interpreted in the browser. That is the reason why we run them in the browser, and browsers have the interpreter. So what this tells us is that this will be ignored by the interpreter. Let us go to our program, and then what we'll do is in the body tag, paste this one. As you can see here, this particular thing is displayed in green. The text is displayed in green. That is the reason, because we have given an exclamation mark and two hyphens, which indicate that what this is the text which is to be ignored. Okay, here you can see here, page up, run this, you will not see any output here because we have informed the browser to ignore this one. We have commented, put the comments for this one. So we are ignoring this. Similarly, this is a single line comment and this is a multi-line. So it begins with this and then ends with this. So whenever you want to put something in comments, then you can do so using this single line and multi-line comments. Then there is another tag which is called as the font tag. Now, can anybody go through this and tell me which is the tag, which is the attribute, and which is the opening tag, and which is the closing tag from this one? From the given text.
So size is attribute.
Yes. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir. The font is a tag and size is the attribute.
Right. So this is the opening tag. Opening tag is font, and then it contains an attribute which is called as size. And then this is a closing tag, and then the contents of this font size is equal to 1, and so on till font size is equal to 7. I think we have a program for this one. Let us see. We can use this code itself. We have missed the opening bracket, so it was not displayed. Once again, you can just see here, opening bracket was missed, so it was not displaying the font properly. So that is the reason why I insist upon, or I suggest you to use the Notepad++. It is easy to. So here, we will see for this example also. See font, and then there is a attribute called as face, and then size. Now, there are so many attributes which are which do the same thing. Now, HTML provides you 3 or 4 means of achieving the same task. You can increase the font size by font hyphen size, or you can use the font and then use the face attribute and then the size attribute. Now here what will happen? Times Now Roman will be the font and then its size will be here Verdana, then Comic Sans MS, Wild West, and then Bedrock. There individually sizes will vary. Just change the size here. Just 20. I hope everybody is following what is an attribute, what is a tag, what is a element. Any doubts there? Because these are the basic things. It should not happen that on my own I just keep on running the programs and then you are in a double mind regarding understanding this. Hope you are following.
Yes, sir.
Everybody. Time I see only Rishikesh and Ritik. You can see the output here. First one Times New Roman, size 5. Now, this is the output. First one is Times New Roman, size is 5. Verdana and Comic Sans MS, we have given the font size as 15, 15, 20, 20. So all other outputs are in 15, 15, 20, and 20. Now the bedrock size is 20. Can somebody tell bedrock here? Although this one size we have given as 20, but it is not taking that particular thing. What might be the reason? You can see here, size attribute is not listed properly. This is not shown as what the now it is showing properly. The bedrock was not coded properly. Refresh this, you can see here all those things will get the font size as bigger. If I want all these things in the next line, what I'm supposed to do here? Can anybody tell me? After this, I need to insert a line break. How do I do that one? Let's say BR.
BR.
Copy this, I'll paste it everywhere. Insert a line break here. Insert a line break. Insert a line break. Save this. You can see here. That will be the font size which we have seen. Font tag size is equal to 1, size is equal to 2, and so on. Here also let us introduce the line breaks. See here the output. Now I have introduced the line breaks, so everything will be in the next line. So you can see font size 1 to font size 7. So how did we achieve this? By using the size attribute for the font tag. So which are the attributes of the font tag? That can be asked. That question can be asked. You can see here. Face, size are the 2 attributes that we have used. Face is used for defining the font type and size for the what is the display size. There are different ways of achieving this. So there's any doubts here?
No, sir.
enter your attendance. Aditi, any doubts? Is online. Akash,
Yes, sir.
Akash, any doubts?
No, sir.
Devyani,
No, sir.
Vishwanath, Vishwanath is online. Any doubts,
Sir.
Vishwanath?
No, sir.
Samira, you there? Samira is not there. Neha,
Yes,
is there
sir.
any doubts, Neha?
No, sir.
I hope everybody has understood this because these are the basic things which we are going to use in the later part. This is what we have seen. The example. Now here, this part. What I'll do is I'll just copy this and then I'll paste it in between. Just focus on line number 10. So what we have done is inserted two parts here. One is again the font one, face Arial and then Helvetica. Then you have got the Lucida calligraphy, Comic Sans MS, and then Lucida. What happens here is you can give multiple fonts also. In this example, we have given a single font, and then here in this example, we have given double fonts, two fonts which are separated by a comma. What happens here is in case if this font size is not available in the browser, which where you are running the program, then it will take this one. In case if both of them are not available, it will take the default. Uh, Again here, in this Lucida calligraphy will be given the first preference in case if it is available in the browser that will be displayed. Otherwise, the second font is taken. If it is not available, the third font is taken. If none of the fonts are available, then the default font will be displayed. So that is what it says. You can give multiple fonts also. Aditi is back online.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You're following Aditi?
Yes, sir.
Any doubts?
No, sir. No doubts.
Samira? Sushant Sutar is there?
Yes, sir.
Sushant following everything?
Yes, sir.
Any doubts here?
No, sir. No doubts.
So this example you can see here. Just run this example. If you want to give a color to the font, line number 13, you can just focus on. What we have done is there are two ways. You can see line number 14, font and then color is equal to red. Like either you can specify the red color as it is. There are three ways. There are a couple of ways, not three, more than three ways are there. A couple of ways we'll see here. Now you can give the color in the hexadecimal format also, or simply you can mention the color. Now, what happens here is that either you can name the color or if you want more specific uh, type of a color, then you can use this. How does this work out? Let us see here. Run this. The text is not being interpreted. It is giving it as what this text is. Color, which is not here. hexadecimal code that we are giving does not satisfy the exact value, then it will not. The normal hexadecimal value should be given over there. So I'll find some value and then I'll display this. I need to know the value of that particular color, and then it will. So you can see here, if there is any error, you can see the attribute is not listed in red color, whereas here attribute is listed in the red color. So that means what? This will be the this attribute works properly, but this will not give the, because we are not giving the value in a proper. So hexadecimal value we have to find out. The next class I'll find out proper hexadecimal value, and then I'll show the output for this. But the value which you're going to give for the color attribute either can be in the name of the font, or you can give the hexadecimal value. Let us try this. Let us go to some net and then try to find out. Blue color. So royal blue. So you can give the values like this, or you can give the other way also. Let us try with the royal blue and check out if this works. This, save this, go to our program and try to run this. Normally hexadecimal values are not supported here. If they are not supported, let us try with some other browser. Check out in case if they are supported. It won't work here either. Because the values might not be right. Here also, the same one. We need to get a proper value for this one. Till we get it, I'll give you the proper value for this. The point to be understood here is the hexadecimal values can be given, and then normal name of the color can also be given. And there is another format which is the RGB format, red, green, and blue format. That also we can give, as we can see here. Examples which we saw. Yeah. See, we can give it like this in the combination of red, green, and blue, anywhere between the range 0 to 250. Okay. That example also we'll see later. Okay. Before winding up, let me just give you a small introduction about Marquee. Marquee is nothing but the scrolling text. You must have seen on websites. The text keeps scrolling from right to left or left to right. That can be done using the mark. So what is the spelling? MARQ. So the name of the tag is Marquee tag, and then there are different attributes for this: width, height, direction, behavior, and vertical space. Some of the attributes: scroll delay, scroll amount, loop, background color, horizontal space. So what we'll do is we'll check out with the direction attribute. Other attributes later on we can see. For today's class, let us check that. So here, right now, don't worry about this doc type. Explain in detail in the second unit why doc type is used. So to avoid confusion, let me remove this HTML tag. So very simple example: HTML tag, then the head tag. Inside that, we've got a title tag, then body tag, then Marquee. So in Marquee, what we are going to do is, in this case, let us remove this for the time being. So what this does is, the text which we are displaying, this is the basic example of Marquee. So this text will be scrolling from right to left. See that? The basic example of Marquee, this particular text is scrolling from right to left. So whatever text you give in the Marquee tag, that will be scrolled from right to left. So there are different properties as we have seen. Direction is equal to, what we'll do is, instead of left, let us give right and check what will happen. Refresh this. Now we can see here, this started scrolling from the right direction to the left. Similarly here, right. Let me give this up. Close the tag. Save this. Go to the browser. And then you can see it is scrolling from bottom to top. Similarly, you can give the other attributes. So let's now go to the attributes. You can see. Up. Let us try it. Down. You can see it's moving from top to down. Some of the attributes of this are width. The attribute is width. It can give, you can give. Now you can see here, understand this. A couple of minutes are there. If you have any doubts, you can unmute yourself and ask. By that time, I'll give the example of width. What does this say? You can use the how wide the Marquee is, and the value is either in 10 or 20%, etc. Either you can give the value itself or you can give the. Yeah, I'll remove this. Width is equal to 20. Save this, run this. You can see the width only got restricted to 20 pixels. Let us increase this, make it as 20%. So what this will do is it will occupy the 20% of the screen. So see, you can see only 20% of the screen will occupy. Make it as 100%. So it will occupy, or it will scroll to the 100% of the screen. You can see here it is scrolling 100% of the screen. Understood this? Any doubts here?
No, sir, got it.
No, sir.
Vaishnavi, any doubts? One of the reasons I'm taking class a bit early is after 11 there is some network issue associated at my residence. So sometimes